Have you ever experienced this? When you draw a character, and it's always the same angle, just a side view of a character standing straight, with no angle and no sense of perspective. Boring. So you try to draw something cooler with a different perspective. However, when you start drawing, you find it's really hard to get the balance right, and your character's legs end up looking like something creepy creature. Yes, sadly, I had this kind of experience. Hi everyone, it's Mina. Today, I'm going to share some tips for those of you who struggle with drawing at different angles. By following these steps, you will be able to draw from any angle with ease. Today, what I do, it is the basic one. Hope you enjoy it. First, let's measure the proportions of the body that you want to draw. I will show you how I do it, but feel free to find the ratios that works best for you. Alright, in my case, the legs take up half of the body, the middle of the torso is about at the chest peak. Okay, something like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now, let's try adding an angle to these illustrations. First, prepare a rectangle with the angle you want. To start with, let's keep it simple. No perspective, just a plain rectangle. Freehand drawing is totally fine. Next, all you have to do is draw in the proportions we just measured onto this angled rectangle. By the way, you can draw diagonal lines to find the exact middle, even when the angle is tilted. And here's the first tip. Make sure the angle of the feet is sharper than the rest, especially when the character is standing with their legs spread. Now, let's mark where the body part will be. First, draw the face. Make sure it doesn't go beyond the top line. And mark the other part with straight lines. The lengths don't have to be exact. These are just guidelines. For example, if the face is this shape, then the shoulders should be about this wide, and the chest narrower than the shoulders. Just a rough estimate is fine. Now, the important tip. In the gym, and draw a center line for the body. When you do this, the shape should look like this. The neck, in particular, should follow this curve. Then, move the lines you drew earlier along the center line. And now you're ready to go. Alright, let's start drawing according to the guide. The key here is the angle. Don't get too caught up in the length of the red lines. They're just a rough guide. If the arm is in motion, it's a good idea to check the position of the elbow. How does it look? It's much better than drawing without a guide, right? I didn't like how the legs turned out, so I'm adjusting them a bit. If you pull the lower leg back a bit, it might look more natural. Maybe the center line should have a bit more of an S shape. Now, let's try a more challenging illustration with an angle and some perspective. It's actually pretty simple. Just turn the rectangle into a trapezoid. Let's keep it easy by starting with a top-down view and the overhead perspective. You might think drawing a rectangle every time is a hassle, but ever since I started using this method, drawing at different angles has become much easier. Most importantly, it helps me draw well-balanced illustrations. All that left is to draw your character according to this sketch. This method allows you to draw characters in any pose from any angle you like. Of course, this assumes you have a basic understanding of human anatomy, but knowing the positions of the different body parts in advance will definitely help. This technique was inspired by a Japanese illustrator I once saw explaining how to use cube to draw. I found that method too difficult, and so I modified it to suit my style. I find it easier to use flat rectangles and draw in the guidelines like this. By the way, for this example, I used Mikasa from Attack on Titan as a model. Attack on Titan is one of my favorite manga anime series. I started reading the manga around the time the first volume was released, thanks to my brother's recommendation. It's amazing to see how famous it has become worldwide now. I'm Japanese, and as a Japanese person, I'm really curious about how people overseas found out about Attack on Titan. If you know about this series, please let me know in the comments how you discovered it. Was it through a friend's recommendation? Or maybe YouTube recommended you? Anyway, if you haven't watched it yet, definitely check it out. Step number 1. Draw a rectangle at the angle you want. Step number 2. Draw in the proportions. Step 3. Draw the head and guidelines. Step 4. Draw the center line. Step 5. Align the guidelines with the center line. Step 6. Sketch out the character. That's it. It's an easy way to draw well-balanced angled illustrations. So be sure to give it a try. This time, I focused on drawing a basic top-down perspective, but I'm also planning to cover how to draw a low-angle, upward-looking view. Low-angle shot can be a bit tricky, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the upcoming tutorial. Thank you for watching until the end. Hope you liked it. If you think it's helpful, let me know in the comment. Bye for now. Have a great creative day. See you in the next video.